Twitch universe. So today we are playing a combo deck. That's right, combo deck. So the goal of this deck is to mill ourselves out with a Thassa's Oracle online, and or with Sir Conrad the Grim to ping our opponents to death. Those are our two win cons. And the main combo that's going to get us there is Harald Unites the Elves and Moritte of the Frost. So the way this works with Harald Unites the Elves, with Chapter 1, you mill 3 cards, then you may put an Elf or Tyvar card from your graveyard onto the battlefield. Now, we don't have any Tyvar cards, and we don't have any dedicated Elves. However, Moritte is a changeling, which means Moritte is in fact an Elf, along with all of its other creature types. And so what that means is we can then have Moritte come onto the battlefield as a copy of target permanent you control. How's it going, Takabana? You are the first to chat. Welcome, welcome. Oh, you've been waiting? Rock on, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So, Moritte of the Frost, it comes onto the battlefield as a copy of any permanent you control, except it's legendary and snow in addition to other types, which is great. Actually, that's exactly what we need. So it comes into play as Harald Unites the Elves, where you mill 3 more cards, and then you can grab another Elf or Tyvar card from our graveyard. And so in order to get this working, we need 2 Moritte of the Frost in our graveyard. Because then what happens is the second Moritte comes onto play as a copy of Harald Unites the Elves. The legendary rule kicks in. Yeah, you are here before the mods, Takabana. Yeah. So Moritte comes onto the battlefield as another copy of Harald Unites the Elves. The legendary rule kicks in, so one of them has to go to the graveyard because we now have 2 copies of Harald Unites the Elves that are legendary. So one of them dies, which puts a Moritte back in our graveyard. Chapter 1 triggers. We mill 3 more cards, then grab another Elf that we control from our graveyard, which in this case is Moritte again, and that is an infinite loop that mills out our entire library. And then if we have a Thassa's Oracle online, what we can do is we can have Moritte come into play as a copy of Thassa's Oracle in response to, with Chapter 1. So that's pretty cool. Oh, Crimson, you watched Ratio run this deck? Nice. I believe it. No, and I slapped this deck together. So based around the combo, I do have Maxwood Nexus. How's it going, Ingolf? Welcome, welcome, my friend. So we have Maxwood Nexus in here. That way we can use Harald Unites the Elves to pull up Conrad or Thassa's Oracle, potentially. Then other than that, it's a whole bunch of mill. Because the goal is to get Moritte into our graveyard. So we have Binding of the Titans, Mire Triton, Timuret Calls the Dead, Egon God of Death, which a lot of the time we're going to be casting out as the Throne of Death, but that's going to be our turn 1 a lot. Then we also have Acolyte of Affliction. When Acolyte of Affliction enters the battlefield, you mill 2 cards, then you return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. So this can fetch out Harald Unites the Elves. It can also fetch out Thassa's Oracle, which we're going to need in play. So yeah. Yeah, Takabana, I'd be happy to check that out. I also did take a look at the Yorn deck yesterday. It actually looks really slick. Anything with Draugr Necromancer is fine by me. Yeah. No, I like it quite a bit. Thank you, Ingolf. Yeah, I think this has the potential to be pretty cool, and I know a couple other content creators have built decks around this combo. So let's take it for a spin and see what we can do. I'm looking forward to this, and we don't have a sideboard, so this is designed for best of 1. So let's see what we can do. The other cool thing about Egon God of Death is actually as a 6/6 Death Toucher for 3, that's a great way to buy some time as well as dig a little bit, because you do draw a card when it dies. So that's pretty darn useful. Okay, let's run it out and see what we can do. Let's go into the standard best of 1 ranked. Harald Unites Moritte. Let's go. Did you make Moritte as a dual card? Oh, Takabana, what do you think would be on the other side if they were to do that? Simic version and a Golgari version. Ah, okay, I can appreciate that. No, a Golgari version of Moritte would be super fun. I don't like having Moritte in the opening hand, but we have our whole combo here. You know what? Let's keep this. This is a gumpy hand, but let's see what we can do. Yeah, I can see that. Instead of counters, be sacrifice matters cards. Okay. Bye, Triton. Let's go. No, Ingolf, you're good, man. So the combo is Harald unites the Elves and Moritte, preferably Moritte in our graveyard, actually. So Moritte enters the battlefield as a copy of Harald unites the Elves, which then mills us 3 cards. Then we can grab another. Moritte from our graveyard to come onto the battlefield as a copy of Harald unites the Elves yet again. Yeah, I should have shipped this hand. Yeah, so that way we mill out our entire library, and then if we have a Thassa's Oracle online, we can actually have Moritte come onto the battlefield as a copy of Thassa's Oracle to win the game. Yeah, so that's the gist of it. Having Thassa's Oracle in the bin is nice. Let's go ahead and let Binding go. We're gonna have that come into play as a blue source. That way we actually have access to Moritte. Or 2 Grim Tutors. Actually, Takabana, that's probably a really good idea. Yeah, Grim Tutors actually in this deck would be useful. When I first built it, I had considered putting in Wishclaw Talisman as another way to find up our combo pieces. Don't need that. Let's throw 1 Harald unites the Elves and see if we can see how close we can get. Negate. Interesting. Okay. Their opponent's just running good old is it tempo, and it's working. It's working quite well for them. Ooh, Calamity Bear. That's a good card. Ow, my face. Ow, my face. This is not ideal. We're gonna have Moritte come into play as a copy of our zombie token. That way we have a 4/4 blocker. A 4/4 blocker that we ultimately want in our graveyard anyway. It doesn't matter though, we're dead here. Dang it. Power of War, how's it going, my friend? I think this mono black's not infinite, but multi-turn is a deck. It could be. And Spark40, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Thank you, thank you. How did your stream go? Thank you for being here. All right, let's keep on rolling. Let's get some tutors in this bad boy. Takabana, we'll get there. That was a terrible hand. I should have mulliganed that. Tutors might smooth it out. It's true. I'm more worried about getting the right answers early on. Oh, I appreciate that, Nspark. I appreciate that very, very much. I can work with this. And Imogen is making her presence known like she likes to do. And thank you for the follow, Nspark. I appreciate that very, very much. You know, I do like the recommended channel, or the recommended tabs that Twitch has decided to... Twitch has put out there. I feel like they're pretty fantastic. You know what? I should have played the Swamp turn 1. That way we could have thrown the Throne of Death. Oh, well. Going up against cycling. Still a thing. For the badge. Rock on it, Spark. I appreciate that. Thank you for the cheer. Let's go ahead and... You know what? Let's apply some pressure. Ha. Any graveyard recursion aside from Harald? We also are running Cauldron's Gift. Takabana. So that's another way that we can. So if we've been successful in milling ourselves out, we can actually Cauldron's Gift to pretty good effect there. Ooh, Maskwood Nexus. That's fantastic, actually. Don't mind if I do. What's the best play here? So I'm thinking Maskwood Nexus, knowing that Egon is gonna die. Because ultimately we need our graveyard, so I don't want him chewing up the whole graveyard anyway. When they're gonna bring back Tracer buyback. Ooh. No, Maskwood Nexus can be OP and Spark. It's a pretty great card. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I'm a fan. Drained Stinger doing its work. Yeah, I'm doing a bunch of cycling, as this deck wants to do. What's their graveyard recursion? I think it's buyback, retrace, and I think you're thinking of flashback, is my guess. Yeah, there's also Embalm and a couple other. Timmy Calls the Dead. Let's go. There's a Moritte. Let's let one of those Acolyte of Affliction go. Thassa's Oracle live and online. Let's do it. We already have a Harald Unites the Elves, so let's grab Connie. Alright, so we have one Moritte in the graveyard. We need one more Moritte. Yeah, we need to find one more Moritte and get him into the graveyard or into our hand. We can work with that. We'll have to play it against someone with 1,000 with trample and use the ability to block every turn. Oh, that's awesome. Or without trample. And Spark, I love that. Yeah, Maskwood Nexus is pretty great. It's just a really good card. Connie, who saw that coming? We'll get rid of Timmy Calls the Dead. And you know what? Let's go for it. Let's go big rather than staying home. We're grabbing Moritte. We're copying. And because of Maskwood Nexus, we can bring Sir Conrad out. Alright. So we need to find another, we need to find another Moritte and get it in the hand. So at this point, yeah, and we've milled out half our library at this point, so the fact that we've only seen one is a pretty colossal bummer. And they have the Zenith Flare. Dang it, we were so close. We were so close, but it's all good. All right, let's keep this rolling. And so, so Grim Tutors is another. So I'm trying to think what we would pull out in favor of Grim Tutors. Maybe a couple Cauldron's Gift. This is just gonna let us dig. Yeah, you know what? Let's keep it. Let's see what we can do. Hey, Robson. I'm doing well, my friend. How about you? Good to see you too. It's 3 a.m. right now, and I still gotta go. Rock on in, Spark. Well, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. It's been a delight. I love meeting new people, so thank you, thank you. Yeah, have a good one. All right, the Throne of Death. It has been thrown. Let's go, so to speak. Better day after day as always. I love it, man. Absolutely love it. We got Triome, and the Throne of Death is legendary, so we're not going to throw that. Well, we could throw an Egon and start swinging face, which there's nothing wrong with that. Harald unites the Elves in the bin. Thassa's Oracle in hand. You know what? Actually, we're gonna get Thassa's Oracle online. And Harald unites the Elves. That's a pretty clutch combo piece. That's gonna go on top. Moritte mill combo. So Robson, the way that it works is you use Moritte and Harald unites the Elves to mill yourself out indefinitely. And of course we milled it, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and let's go Timmy. Level out, Timmy. Acolyte Affliction, could have used those. Well, let's let one of them go. Yeah, so the idea is you mill out your... Yeah, and of course they're gonna blow up our graveyard here, which is gonna be bad for us. Yeah, Elves Nightmare is no bueno. Or going to the Banhammer and Historic Pauper and Modern. I heard about that, Crimson. Yeah, I heard that they snuck in an early ban announcement amidst there's Moritte. It's gonna be a bummer seeing Moritte go. Let's see, which ones do we already have? Well, we already have all of them, so it doesn't really matter. Let's go blue. Go Ray Egon. And let's stop milling for now. Punch a bunch. Goodbye graveyard. So Egon is just going to draw some cards, which is fine. Or draw us a card. And gains a little bit of life on it? No, just draw a card. That's okay, though. Because it effectively just cycles. Gets much more popular. I'm going to have to make Graveyard Hate control deck, right? That's fair, Crimson. I don't anticipate this deck getting particularly... I think this is a fun meme deck. It certainly beats the Tybalt's Trickery deck, in my opinion. But, oof. Alright, another... More Graveyard Hate. This is... Yeah, so Elves Nightmare is a rough counter to what we're doing. And we need more cards, so I'm going to go ahead and continue to draw cards. Don't need that. Which means I probably should keep it on the top, actually, because we're going to be milling it with Throne to Death. Let's exile Egon, draw a card. And Timmy, Calm the Dead. This is not how this is supposed to work, but it's, well, we're getting there. Yeah, we're getting there. Yorion, the Sky Noodle. All right. They're going to blink their Elves Nightmare, which means I get to keep my graveyard for another turn, which is nice. That comes back, killing one of my other zombies, making me sad. Boo earns. Do we have any critters in the graveyard? Yes, we have another Egon. And there's a Moritte. But we have another... one of our Harald Unites the Elves is in the graveyard. Now both... We have the two Morittes that we need. Now, we don't have Thassa's Oracle on the battlefield. Okay, that was the perfect top deck for us. Except they're going to just strip it out of our hand. Ah, my goodness. Elves Nightmare wrecks this deck. Right on, Crimson. And fail. Exactly. Thank you so much for everybody for contributing to the Shave the Beard Fund. I appreciate it. Oh, Titan's Nest. Interesting. Don't draw before stuff triggers, right? Well, at this point, our graveyard's going to be gone if we don't do something, so we need to draw our last Harald Unites the Elves, and we didn't. Thassa's Oracle could potentially do good stuff for us here, so, I mean, we'll see. Because we are down to 20 cards in library, so we might just mill ourselves out. Crimson, you think this is a scoopable moment? I mean, we're probably not going to... Well, at this point, we actually cannot get our combo online because we have 3 of our Morittes and are all of our Harald Unites the Elves in the... 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all of our Harald Unites the Elves are gone. So there's no way we can do that. So at this point, we just need to brute force mill ourselves out. Which, given that our opponent is running a slow burn control deck, we may be able to get there. Having Thassa's Oracle in hand is our only out. They're going to hit their land drop after hitting that. Connie, what's up? All right. Let's play out Conrad. Why not? And we're holding Thassa's Oracle to a point when we have 2 or fewer cards in our library. Actually, is it 2 or fewer, or would it need to be 1? Effects is greater than or equal to the number of cards in your library, you win the game. Okay, so we need to have 2 or fewer. Man, how rude. The Cliff Notes of the impeachment trial, Crimson. I haven't checked too much on that actually. I know things are interesting, but I only know that they've declared it constitutional to continue, which is the big update from day one. It's cash money. I believe it. I do believe it. All right, so we're down to 17 cards left in library. We need to get down to 2. So the Throne of Death is doing its thing. I think Cauldron's Gift paying the Adamant. Therefore, I was about to say if it was okay to talk about the possibility of talking about impeachment. That's hilarious. All right, does this resolve? I'm guessing not. Oh, and it does. Excellent. I'm gonna grab the Acolyte of Affliction, which is gonna mill a little bit and give us an opportunity to grab Timmy, Calls the Dead, which is gonna help mill us out even further. All right, so we're down to 9 cards in library. Timmy's gonna mill 3, get us down to 6. Throne of Death is gonna get us down to 1 more. Get us down to 5. Physical Dispute, man, how rude. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that one bit, as a matter of fact. Does Teferi's Tutelage work? Teferi's Tutelage's opponent, Takabana, if I'm not mistaken, it can only touch opponents. Crimson, you get me. Yeah. Timmy! And the Lords of the Underworld. Yeah. I love it. Because sometimes you just need to have Timmy Call the Dead. Alright. So we didn't get our combo off, unfortunately. But there's still a non-zero chance we're going to win this game. I'm glad to see somebody playing Titan's Nest, because I thought this card was going to be absolutely busted, and it just never saw play. Shark Typhoon, okie doke. That's a thing. Takamon is too slow, yeah. But in EDH, it's amazing. Yeah, oh, in with Titan's Nest? I believe it. Binding the Titans, that would have been good. Alas, it is not to be, and that's okay. Let's exile a Mire Triton to draw a card. Let's see. Do we get anything that can help us mill farther? That's awesome. Hey, that'll help us mill a little bit. Another Moritte. Excellent. I'll take it. That can be blue. I believe we'll be able to win next turn. Assuming the Thassa's Oracle resolves, which is not a given. Because they aren't running Mystical Dispute in this list, and they have a whole grip full of cards. No, Takamana, that's awesome. I'm glad to... we're going to exile Mire Triton all day, every day. No, I'm glad you're into Cardfight Vanguard, because I know I know Duo is really big into it, so I think he's going to really appreciate having somebody to play with. Yeah, and EDH, I'm you know, when I'm available, I'm down for EDH as well. No question about it. Foretelling I saw it coming, I'm guessing. Yeah, Takamana, we generally use untap. We're down to 2 cards. Let's trigger this just for some good measure. All right, and if he's got the counter, we lose. If he doesn't, we win. And he does. It looks like. There it is. Yep. And with that, we just lose. Because we're down to 1 card left in our library. All right. Let's scoop it up. Moving on to the next. That was our only out. Yeah, Crocodile is the other one that we use from time to time. Yeah. All right, so far we've got a 0% win rate with this, which is not good, but that's okay. Those have fallen into the dark side. Go insane. No matter. Is this self mill though? Is that better? It's self mill. That's better, right? I think it is. Oh, we got two of our combo pieces in hand with the Throne of Death. I'm not mad at this. Shadow Spear, eh? That's a good card. But don't worry, CC, it's not a full-on, like, mono blue, you know, Teferi's tutelage mill. How's it going, Fynn? Welcome, welcome. Okay, self-mill's fine. Excellent. I'm glad. Because I'm all about that self-mill life. Stonecrow Serpent, okie doke. Good card. Let's go Triome. I am the mill. It was born in the mill. Didn't see a tutelage until I was already a That's hilarious, Crimson. I love it. All right, so we got 2 cards in the bin, which means that Egon can stick around. All right. So I'm hoping we draw a land here. It doesn't really matter which 2 get exiled there. Did not draw a land, but Timmy Calls the Dead actually will help us out. Timmy! Calling the Dead. Getting a Moritte in the graveyard. You love to see it. You love to see it. And you know what? I'm gonna punch. Why not? Boom, baby. Yeah, no, that deck Crimson, the hand made me do it. Hot soup, is that that's actually a card? It's hot soup. Oh, and it's a black bordered card, no less. That's craziness. So hot soup, equipped creature can't be blocked. Whenever equipped creature is dealt damage, destroy it, and it equips for 3, and it only costs 1 to play. That's awesome. All right, we need to draw a land here. Didn't get it. Bummer, yo. I'm gonna decline that because we need our graveyard to satisfy Egon. Once we get a land, we have the whole combo. Because we have 2 Morittes in the graveyard. We don't have, well, we have Conrad in hand, but not on the field. Room map excavator reprint. Not soon enough, my friend. Not soon enough. So hot soup, equipped creature can't block. Whenever equipped creature is dealt damage, you destroy it. So it's carrying a gigantic cauldron of hot soup into battle. That's a crazy concept, but I like it. But it makes the creature unblockable, which is not nothing. Blizzard Brawl, that's a very good card. Both sides, you're able to channel your rage. But with evil, your inner good shall rise. And both affinities tend to float towards combat. Let's go ahead and remove some lands. Ugh, that was one of the worst draws we could have hit. We don't need another Harald, although that's gonna mill, but all the same. Let's get rid of one of these Mire Tritons and draw a card and hope it's a land. Come on, land. I believe in you. Yay, land. Let's go blue. That way we're 1 away from actually hard casting our Moritte if the need should arise. Do we attack here? No, we keep Egon back to block. Animation module and Fynn. So Fynn the Fangbear is the one where Death Touchers... Are you still missing one part? Okay. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are placed on a permanent you control, you may pay 1. If you do, create a 1/1 color servo creature token. Get the permanent player to... Oh, you can give... I'm okay with making that trade. I'll make that trade all day, every day. So we got the combo. And here's the mill combo, but we don't have Thassa's Oracle online yet. And so we're gonna have to shut this down. We're gonna mill a good chunk of our library out. All right, cool. And we have Cauldron's Gift in hand, which means if we can draw into a land, we're going to be able to Cauldron's Gift up our Thassa's Oracle for the win. And we have another Harald Unites the Elves so that we can mill out the remaining bit. Beanstalk Giant, that's a big card. Blizzard Brawl again, putting in work. I'll take 4. That's fine. That's the land we needed. It doesn't matter because Throne of Death is going to mill it out anyway. Excellent. We got there, ladies and gentlemen. As long as we can survive this turn, we get there. We need to survive this turn with Thassa's Oracle remaining online. It's not an insignificant ask. Oh, they punted there. Had they put it on the Beanstalk Giant, it would have been a different story, but they didn't. Yep, and then this Moritte comes into play as a copy of Thassa's Oracle. And we win the game! Woohoo! Alright, there we go. So that's how this deck works. 25% win rate. Not great, but that's okay. So wait, the first part won't be the second part. So yeah, you choose so with Fynn the Fangbearer, you're able to put poison counters, not infect counters, but you're able to put poison counters on players. And then with the animation module, you can pay 3, tap, choose a counter on target permanent player. That permanent player gets another kind of that counter. Yeah, so it's like a targeted proliferate, which is pretty cool. Yeah, animation module is a pretty darn good card. I think you can work with this. Might as well just proliferate. That's fair. The Throne of Death. Let's do it. Yeah, Throne of Death actually is working pretty well for us. It's versatile. Yeah, the fact that it's... Yeah, I can appreciate that. I think I would still prefer proliferate. So I think I'm with Fynn on this one. You break Fynn in Fynn in Historic and MTGA because you have Karn's Bastion, Proliferate, and Proliferate Saga. Ooh. Or Proliferation Sage. You're right. Oh, what is that? Another one you're talking about. Yeah, the Evolution Sage, that whenever land enters the battlefield, you proliferate. That's a great card. You could do some fun things with that. Inexorable Tide, whenever you cast a spell, proliferate. Oof. That's mean, and I like it. Timmy, calling the dead. What set is that from? I don't know, actually. Inexorable Tide looks like it was from. It looks like it was reprinted in Modern Masters, originally from Scars of Mirrodin. Yeah. Yeah, so you can work in for EDH. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, Fynn is Finn's a good card. You can do some fun things with Fynn, absolutely. Hey, hello, good game. How's it going, my friend? Welcome, welcome. That Scavenging Ooze is going to be a problem. If they know how this deck works, we are in trouble. Yep, they do. Dang it. Or at least they know what to target. This is problematic. Come on, Fynn with Contagion Engine. So Contagion Engine, when it enters the battlefield, put a -1/-1 counter on each creature target player controls. Then you can pay 4, tap, and proliferate, then proliferate again. Oof. Yeah, that's nasty. It's nasty, and I'm here for it. I want Masterwood Nexus to stick around, so I think I'm gonna put it there. Yeah, we're gonna have trouble leveraging our graveyard at all. Except with Throne of Death. And actually, if I was gonna get Masterwood Nexus, I should have put it one more down. Oh well, not the end of the world. Why not both? That's a fair question, Takabana. How many times Prosh has to connect? Prosh only needs to connect once. In most situations, Prosh only needs to connect once. No effing way. Thank you for the host, my friend. I appreciate you. All right. Yeah, that Scavenging Ooze is really wrecking our day. Scavenging Ooze is really wrecking our day. Don't like this. I don't like this at all, as a matter of fact. And we don't have any targeted removal in this deck, which is mildly problematic. Might as well play Sword, choose some Justice too. It's, yeah, nothing wrong with that. The Acolyte of Affliction. All right, I'm gonna use this to go grab a land, and we'll see if our opponent scoozes the land out of our hand. Oh, they didn't. Okay, cool. Oh, they didn't have an opportunity to. Interesting. I'm surprised. I would have thought they'd have an opportunity to do that. Yeah, no, the Fynn, they didn't. Yeah. Yeah, this resolved. Oh, because it's not a. You may return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. It's just a permanent card. 2 cost. Great Henge. I'm so sick of this card. I'm so sick of this card. When this rotates, I'm gonna throw a party. Anyway. Yeah, it just does too much. I think we're all sick of Eldraine at this point. Fynn, I think you're exactly right. I'm surprised they went after the Acolyte of Affliction with the Fire Prophecy rather than the Mire Triton. Yeah, no, Fynn, yeah, exactly. And so the video on the analytics of Eldraine's usage in all formats. Ooh, talk about it. That sounds fascinating. We only have 30 cards left in our library. There's no way all of them are creatures, so Conrad is not going to win us this game on his own. And we've already lost one Thassa's Oracle. We only have one more in the deck. And it's not in our graveyard. So if we draw into Thassa's Oracle, we have a chance here. Hey, Arhenia, welcome, welcome. How's it going, my friend? Thank you for being here, and thank you for contributing to the Shave the Beard Fund. I appreciate that. Legend spiked to the lowest percentage, being 10 to 15 in all formats, where the highest was 35 to 40% usage in all formats. Takabana, that's nuts. No single set should have that big of an impact. Crow and War, farewell, Conrad. It's been a pleasure. Again, I'm surprised they didn't go for the Mire Triton, because that would leave their scoos open to start swinging in. Do we have a... Well, we have the Triumph, so it doesn't really matter at this point. I guess Harald's gonna unite some elves. It ran through a Primal Might. Oh, you're right, Arhenia. No, talk about it. That's a great call out. Another Mire Triton. Let's go. Oh, 527. I knew there weren't 507 cards banned. That would be something else. Probably should have done Triton first. Yeah, probably. You're right. It wouldn't have ended up mattering, but you're correct. That was the correct way to sequence that. So we're down to 23 cards left in library. We need to draw into our last Thassa's Oracle. And with Master Wood Nexus in the bin, it's not like we can use Harald Unites the Elves to pull the Oracle either. Yep, farewell Master Wood Nexus. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, and a Crone War is going to kill our Mire Tritons too, unfortunately. Stop, okay. Ow. My face. So this deck is fun. Don't know that it's good, but it's fun. Yeah, and cards like... So we've gone up against Scavenging Ooze. We've also gone up against Elspeth's Nightmare. Both really, really efficient graveyard hate. And so going up against efficient graveyard hate really shuts this deck down. So the fact that we've gone up against... you know, some pretty consistent graveyard hate, it's mildly problematic for us. We have a chump blocker for that Scavenging Ooze, fortunately, but we don't even need to use it here. Because they're probably not going to attack. Or they don't need to attack into it, because we're going to have to attack because of a Crone Ward's ability. We're going to chump those. They both die. Conrad triggers. Cryptolith Rite and Quest for Renewal. So Cryptolith Rite, creatures you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Excellent. It turns all of our creatures into Birds of Paradise. Gotta dig that. Let's go Acolyte of Affliction here. Probably should have bound the Titans first. And I hope we mill our Thassa's Oracle. That way we can pull it up with Acolyte of Affliction before they have an opportunity to scooze it. Graveyard Hate's going to be prominent because some of the strongest cards in Kaldheim are standard mixed into black. Takamana, you're not wrong. Oh, didn't get there. Do you have anything worth grabbing here? Might as well grab a Triumph. Let's bind the Titans. Should have done this in the opposite order. And they still have 1 green back. Oh, we still didn't hit our... We still did not hit the Thassa's Oracle. Interesting. All right. So Cryptolith Rite is turns all our creatures into Birds of Paradise. And Quest for Renewal. Whenever a creature you control becomes tapped, you may put a quest counter on Quest for Renewal. As long as there are 4 or more quest counters on Quest for Renewal, untap all creatures you control during each other player's untap steps. Oh, nice! And they have another Crone War. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? And they have a Fire Prophecy for that, which means we did. And they're just at a casual 40 life. No fun, stupid game, right? No, Arhenia, you're not wrong. The Scavenging Ooze just completely shut it down. Yeah, it shut our engine down. So that was not a good game for us at all. But that's okay. These things happen. So Quest for Renewal with Cryptolith Rite. That's a really cool combo, Grape. I like it. Yeah, it gives you the Seedborn Muse effect for only a 4 mana investment. And you actually net positive mana if you have a lot of creatures down. So that's pretty cool. I like it. I should probably stop playing in the ranked queue. That way we can actually have some games against people who aren't trying so hard. That's probably the way to go. All right. This is interesting. We can work with this. So I always find it funny when Imogen decides to walk from her, she has a little perch right next to me, when she decides to walk from her perch onto my lap because I have to like cock my right elbow up to let her through. Yeah, that's right, Imogen, I'm talking about you. So I always find it funny when I'm sitting like this, feels awkward, but it's because there's a cat under my arm. The Throne of Death. Let's go. Pretty good top deck for us. I'll take it. All right, Farewell Timmy calls the dead. Let's bind those Titans, shall we? Let's shall. You got a couple Mire Tritons. Okay. Good self-mill, not what we're looking for, but not bad. So we can throw Harald Unites the Elves on 4, and if we're lucky enough to get a Moritte into our graveyard, Thassa's Oracle, I'll take it. Let's get rid of that Genesis Ultimatum. I'm glad to have gotten rid of that. So we can throw Harald Unites the Elves on 4, and if we're fortunate enough to hit a Moritte, let's have that come in blue. Let's draw a card. Later, you gun.
Who did this? Who the freak ate my snack bag?
All right. Ooh, Cauldron's Gift. That's not bad. We can work with that. Cycling a Shark Typhoon for 1. Interesting choice, opponent. I would have held on to that a little bit longer, unless they're hurting for lands. They could be hurting for lands. Crocodiles with broken lands long gone, used to feed on undead flesh, eagerly flooded into Noctimoon for a taste of something fresher. Oh, is that, oh, there we go. We got a Moritte in the bin. I'll take it. All right, let's go. So is that like, it sounds like it's from Amonkhet. And we got another Moritte. So actually, we've got our full combo online. The only thing we're missing is a land to play out Thassa's Oracle. But we're actually going to be able to do that by transforming Moritte into a copy of... Oh, wait a minute. Tide Channel Pathway is the backside, so I think it would actually come into play as a copy of... Although, is it the permanent? Is the Hour of Devastation? Oh, man, I have no idea. Oh, they bounced Moritte? How rude. Good thing we have another one in the bin. Had they done that earlier, it might have had a chance. Oh, Imogen, what are you doing? I've been yanking my headphones. All right. Another Moritte. Doing the thing.
Who did this? Who the freak ate my snack bag?
Tenacious Hunter. Oh, yeah, no, I would never have known that. No, I'm not good at guessing flavor text. All right, so my plan is to have Moritte come into play as a copy of Tide Channel Pathway, and I'm hoping that it comes into play as the blue side of it. We'll see. Excellent. All right, this is so next turn we're gonna be able to play out Thassa's Oracle and win the game. I probably should have gone one more loop with Moritte. Oh wait, now we're gonna lose. My bad. I done goofed. I messed it up. So what would happen there is on our upkeep, we'd have to mill a card with Throne of Death, and then we'd have to draw to lose the game. Yeah. Hope the Thassa doesn't get countered. I messed up the sequencing. I should have done math. That was just for you. Somebody punt me for that. Arhenia, can you please punt me for that? Because I deserve a punt on that one. We were so close. We were so close. Thank you. Yeah, today's punt count is only one. That can't be right, but we'll get there. All right. Man, I have been full of punts recently. I don't know what the story is, but I needed to stop and actually count my cards. Imogen, what are you doing? Other than getting tangled up in my headphone wire, which is not ideal. I'm not gonna lie. All right. We can work with this. I had one job. I know. Mill out your library with Thassa's Oracle Online. I know. We have plenty of black sources, so let's... I know, Arhenia, I'm sorry. No, that was one of the worst punts I've had in a long time. Alright. Alright, we're gonna have Timmy call the dead next turn. I could have thrown that as a green so that we could have thrown Binding of the Titans, I suppose, but it's all good. I'm guessing this is it tempo deck, but the fact that they've foretold a card, the fact that they've only played red but they aren't playing creatures. Yeah. Let's get rid of Timmy Calls the Dead. Timmy! I like Timmy Calls the Dead, not gonna lie. It's a pretty good saga. I'll take that to the face. That's fine. Oh, is this is it Giants perhaps, or is it Mono Red Giants? That's another one. So they could have foretold the Quakebringer, I believe, has foretell. Maskwood Nexus in the bin. Don't love that, but could be a lot worse. Farewell Mire Triton. It's been a pleasure. Let's draw a card off Acolyte of Affliction, and then next turn we're going to put Conrad down and continue the mill train. It's dangerous with Scry 2, messes up a lot. Maybe you can add bouncer enchantment removal. Okay, I can appreciate that, Arhenia. Something that can remove the Throne of Death. Connie, let's go. Yeah, no, it prevents the Scry from being useful. Vanishing Light, hitting Conrad, don't love that. Could be a lot worse though. Farewell Egon, it's been a pleasure. Let's go. And come in blue. And we can throw a Harald Unites the Elves here. Actually, you know what? Let's go Timmy. Because we need to make sure we get another Moritte in our graveyard. And both Thassa's Oracle are in the bin right now, so we need a Cauldron's Gift to pull them out. Or the Maskwood Nexus, which, if I'm not mistaken, is actually in the graveyard. Or did that get exiled? No, it has not. Is Maskwood in the graveyard? Yeah, it is. Okay. So let's draw a little bit. Hopefully get an Acolyte of Affliction. That'll work. Okay, cool. So we can use Acolyte of Affliction to pull up, to pull back Thassa's Oracle, and then proceed to play set Thassa's Oracle. So we need to make sure the auto tapper doesn't mess us up. Stormwild Caprador, nice. We have an opponent of taste. A Binding of Titans gets Thassa's Oracle back too. Fair enough. Yeah, we're playing against Super Goat. It doesn't matter because it's going to get milled. And it doesn't matter which one we go for. So let's go for blue. Why not? How's it going, Zeronto? Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Played Oracle too early. Storm Draft thing coming. Yep, you're right. No, Paco, you're 100% correct. So we're down to 19 cards in library. Let's put Egon online. So Fynn the Fangbear, Vorinclex Monster Trader. Okay, great. We can build that. Yeah, you got it. Banished Light, are they going after Egon or are they going after Binding? Okay, they're going after Egon. Alma face. Be the bad man. Okay. Just put that combo in a commander deck with the Orange Frostfang. I love it, non-toxic. Absolutely love it. All right, so next turn we're going to be able to get Thassa's back, or Thassa's Oracle back. Just doing some math in my head here. So we're down to 17 cards left in library. I want to get Thassa's Oracle back online, and then hit the Harald Unites the Elves combo. Do we have two Morittes in the graveyard? We got one there. No, we only have one. Is another one in exile? No. Interesting. I'm not sure there's a next turn. If they have any, they could even have a shock in their hand. Actually, even with, no, there isn't going to be a next turn. You're 100% correct. Running Sage of Mysteries. We're not actually running Sage of Mysteries in here, Zeronto. We probably should be, but we're not. No, we're dead here. They just need to have a shock or a demon bolt to hit the Stormwild Caprador and we're out. No, we're not running any removal. Yeah, this deck could be a lot better. I'll be the first to acknowledge that this deck could be a lot better. Yeah, and Shatterskull Charger has haste, so that's that. Or not, it has haste and trample. The trample is really the part that we can't deal with. I would say good game. Yeah, rocking a whopping 14% win rate. So, okay, so this deck, fun idea, fun combo. Fun, it was fine. Super Goat, you can't be mad. Let's Moritte United be a three card combo. Okay. Well, and we are building around that combo. So we did build the deck around that combo with the goal of having Thassa's Oracle in play. Thassa's Oracle in play, or having Sir Conrad to ping our opponent to death. I think Legend VD made this combo better. I believe it, Finn. No, I know a lot of content creators have been working around this combo. The Constellation Apprentice instead of Oracle. So Sage of Mysteries, Constellation, whenever a target player mills 2 cards. Oh, you can just mill out your opponent that way? Yeah, that's actually a lot better. There's like some sort of stupid Tibble's crap in every format. How dare you defy the norm? I'm sorry, not toxic. So here, let's put in Sage of Mysteries in place of my other 2 win cons and see what we can do. And don't worry, Grape, I haven't forgotten about the deck building challenge. Let's play one more game with Sage of Mysteries in the list. Yeah, no, in every format, it's all Tibble's trickery. Whether you're playing standard, historic, modern, doesn't matter. It's all Tibble's trickery. No, I'm trying to build a different kind of goofy combo deck. That's also pretty prominent, if we're honest, but that's okay. Yeah, I guess we can keep this. I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And someone said you activated my trap card and threw out a Tibbles. That's hilarious. There's how you can use to import deck lists. Oh, Takabana, yeah, there are a bunch of them. Oh, download a cockatrice. Got it. Said for Revo Mobile, I want to challenge you with my new deck, but I'm too lazy to get out of bed. No worries, Zerato. It's all good. Return to nature? What? Who does that? Cool, and then we're gonna be able to pull Sage of Mysteries up. Yeah, my phone doesn't support Arena Mobile either. Let's bind the Titans again. But no, Takabana, if you copy out... Ooh, Immersturm Predator. That's a very good card. Turn Sage of Mysteries to hand. Let's get rid of Nissa and Elderfang. Immersturm Predator, again, more graveyard hate. Don't love it. Don't love all the graveyard hate we're seeing today. Hey, Evil Honk, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Farewell, Egon, it's been a pleasure. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Evil Honk. I'm glad you're on some new meds, though. I hope that by and large they're helpful. Let's go. Yeah, next turn we're going to be able to play Moritte as a copy of Harald Unites the Elves, and hopefully we hit a Moritte. Yeah, we just need to mill a Moritte now. That's exactly right, Zeranto. Tibble. Uh-oh. That's a good card. They're rocking Nissa in that list. I can appreciate that. Farewell, Egon. It's been a pleasure. So they're down to 39. We're at 38. Another sage. Not mad at that. Well, talk about it. You can use Is that coming to play? Is copy that. And you know what? We're actually going to mill ourselves here to make sure we hit that other Moritte. Nope, nope. There it is. Got it. And now we get to the distinct privilege of milling them out, which is pretty great. Much more consistent. Yeah, no, Fynn, you're right. Sage of Mysteries is definitely the key. And we can literally do this all day. I wonder if playtesting had identified this combo when they were testing things out. So we're at 19 cards, they're at 19 cards. Yeah, no, good call on Sage of Mysteries. Got him. Yes, they saw what was going on. Excellent. Okay, so this combo's got some legs. There's something there. The deck needs to be tuned up. I probably do need to add some removal as well if we're going to make this a consistent deck. But in the meantime, we have a deck building challenge that needs to be addressed, which is Fynn the Fangbearer alongside Vorinclex. And I have 2 Vorinclexes and no more mythic wild cards, so we're gonna have to work with 2. But to be honest, that's probably plenty. And then Fynn the Fangbearer, let's go 4 of those. And how many Death Touchers can we fit into this deck? All right. So I love me some Mire Triton. They're just a good card. Hooded Blightfang's fantastic. Yeah, just all of them. Yeah, Hooded Blightfang is excellent. And so let's see, what other... Let's just do a quick search for Death Touch. Let's see which green Death to do. Bright Blade, 1-drop Death Toucher. Moss Vipers, effectively a second copy of that. Foulmire Knight, again. Yeah, Foulmire Knight, absolutely, Zeronto, 100%. Yeah, and the card draw is always fantastic. Nothing wrong with that. Is that a really graveyard deck? Thought it was Death Touch and Poison. This is Death Touch and Poison, but Mire Triton does have Death Touch. You know what? We can remove Mire Triton for now. Let's see other Death Touchers. Like, would it make more sense to have, say... I mean, Fetid Imp isn't bad. Having the... Actually, it's got flying. Yeah, actually, you know what? I think Fetid Imp is a winner. Boot Nipper. Boot Nipper is basically just bad Mire Triton. I'd rather have Mire Triton than Boot Nipper. But no, this is not a graveyard deck. We are not leveraging our graveyard at all. Grim Dancer. Yeah, the Grim Dancer is the other one, Fynn. Yep, let's add Grim Dancer in the mix. I feel like Grim Dancer is pretty solid. It's a 3/3, enters the battlefield, you trades 2 different counters on it from Menace, Death Touch, and Lifelink. Nothing wrong with that. And then Nighthawk Scavenger, perhaps? Flying Death Touch, Lifelink, even as a 1/3 for 3, it's pretty decent, and it's going to be more than that in all likelihood. Poison someone for the win in draft yesterday. Nice. Add some removal and protection for Fynn. Yes. No, we do need some removal in here. So how do we protect Fynn is the question. Vengeful Reaper. Oh, not Mythos of Luna. Yeah, Vengeful Reaper instead of Nighthawk Scavenger I can appreciate. Heroic Intervention. Yep, good call. Let's actually go 3 Heroic Intervention. Or do we go 4 Heroic Intervention? Is that a bit much? What do you guys think? Yeah, so Grape, it's coming together. I feel like this is pretty decent. All right, let's give this a shot. Let's see what we can do with it. I think 3 Heroic Intervention is probably about right. Blood Chief? Oh, like Blood Chief Thirst? Trample Lifelink Spear, the... Ooh, Shadow Spear would be good since all of our stuff has Death Touch. For some block removal. Or fit it in for Blizzard Brawl. Oh, Blizzard Brawl, good call. And then change out our lands for snow. Yeah. Shovel would work in here. What did we take out and play for Shovel, do you think? Well, let's go Darkboar Pathway for sure. And then snow. We can actually throw a couple of those in there, why not? Primal Might actually is fantastic as well. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, Shovel's pretty great. Would it make sense to swap out Shovel in face of like the Moss Viper or the Blight Blade, do you think? Yeah, Shovel does give us cards. Let's go 2 of those. We got 4 Blizzard Brawls. Do something like that. What do you think? Okay, I feel like this is pretty solid. I should probably take out the Woodland Chasms, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, let's get rid of the Woodland Chasms, because this is going to be an aggressive deck. All right, Arhenia, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you, as always. Have a wonderful rest of the day at work. And let's go ahead and... add in some more snow-covered lands. Okay. Yeah, and I got rid of the dual lands because they come into play tapped. That's my biggest concern, is this is going to be a very aggressive deck, so I want to make sure that we don't have our lands coming into play tapped. All right, cool. Let's give this a shot. Infect? It's not Infect, but it looks like Infect. All right, let's go. It is poisonous. You're not wrong, Fynn. So actually, fun fact with Fynn the Fangbearer, that shield, if I'm not mistaken, that is actually supposed to be one of Koma, the Cosmos Serpent's scales, actually, which is kind of cool. Yeah, we can work with this. It's pretty toxic. I see what you did there, Ingolf. I see what you did there. And you're not wrong. This deck has the potential to be pretty darn toxic. Foulmire Knight, I choose you. Luminarch Aspirant, that's a good card. Now, do we foretell the Vengeful Reaper, or do we throw out Fynn? I think we foretell the Vengeful Reaper. We miss Questing Beast. Oh, you're not wrong, Zeranto. Questing Beast does have Death Touch. But at the same time, I'm kind of sick of seeing Questing Beast, so there's a part of me that doesn't mind not having it in here. Vengeful Reaper, let's go. Gonna swing in, they choose not to block. The one that could, right? Yeah, Foulmire Knight is holding down the fort pretty nicely here. Get rid of that flying blocker. Seems D's. Crystalline Giant, they're hoping for flying or reach. I would put one of the +1/+1 counters on Crystalline Giant. That way it's more likely to get flying or reach. And it got flying. Bummer. You hate to see it. But at the same time, is what it is. Hooded Blightfang, and let's swing with the lot. Ching, ching, ching. They got to make some blocks here. They're going to block Fynn and think they're out of the woods, and they're just not, because we have another Fynn in hand. That's an exchange I'm not mad at. Another Luminarch Aspirant. Man, that's a very good card. Haha, Prim White, yes. I'll take it. Fynn, I choose you. Give that a little slap, and we swing in. Hooded Blightfang triggers. They have an opportunity to kill my Hooded Blightfang with the Luminarch Aspirant. But now, the poison train continues. Mwahaha. Rumbling on down the track. We got him. Excellent. All right. They have seen enough. Yeah, Primal Might was definitely a good call in here. I think we may actually feature this deck tomorrow and do a full stream with it, because I'm liking this. This is fun. Want to know, right? Could have made this more wholesome, right? Absolutely. And Jirgosh, good morning. Welcome, welcome. And we're going to have the snow permanent, so that feels pretty good. Blizzard Brawl and Tajiri Blightblade. We are going to do some good things here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Going up against Shrines. This is a problem. This is a very real problem. They're going to have creature-based board wipes for sure, and they're probably not running very many creatures in here. Fynn, I choose you. Let's go. Poison counters have begun. Let's go. And I just realized I should change my my stream title because we're no longer playing with the Moritte mill combo. All right, cool, cool, cool. And we have heroic intervention, so if they do try to wipe the board, we're good. Oh, and my layout, right? Because I'm still in deck tech mode. Thank you. Ah, there we go. Gameplay mode. Much better. Thank you for keeping me honest, Grape. I appreciate that. And we have heroic intervention back, so if they try to shatter the sky here, I get to say no. And we get to keep on punching. Got him. Yes. Poison for the win. All right, 100% win rate. We got a 100% win rate with this thing so far. Let's see if we can keep this rolling. Yep, 2-0. Yeah, great. This was a good call. You know, and I have another deck that I have been using poison with, but it wasn't quite this. You've had me build a competitive deck, or you've helped me build a competitive deck. Let's see. We can keep this. No, it was only a matter of time. Actually, I do have another poison deck, but it isn't quite this dialed in. And by help me build a competitive deck, what I really mean to say is you've created a monster grape. Thank you for the follow, Nerox. I appreciate that very, very much. All right, Firm Champion coming in. Let's go Grim Dancer. Grim Dancer. Lifelink Menace a consideration here? Actually, I think you're right. I think that's exactly what we need to do. Because the Death Touch is good, but we don't have Fynn down or the Blightfang. Whereas Lifelink, life gain against red deck wins is like a critical problem for them to deal with. So yeah, no, Ingolf, I think you're spot on. That was a really good call. Do we block here? They have the Rimrock Knight. I got $10 says they've got Rimrock Knight, so let's just take it. Flame Spill. Did not see that coming. Way did not see that coming. You know what? They are clearly threatened by the Lifelink Menace combination, so let's keep that rolling. Castle Embereth, that's a card. The fact that Fervent Champion has First Strike is really messing with us here. Torbrand, that's a good card. Come on in, welcome to my face. Welcome to my face. Let's go ahead and have that come in as green. We're gonna go ahead and Blizzard Brawl, eliminate Torbrand. I could have used the Grim Dance. Actually, no, because Torbrand has 4 toughness, doesn't he? Yep, never mind. Ching ching. All right, that felt pretty good. Second Fervent Champion, so they're both going to be swinging for 4. They also have the ability to, I was going to say Castle Embereth here. Oh, it does pump for 1. You're right. Does +1/+0 engage indestructible. You're right. I missed an opportunity for 4 life. Shovel. The bane of monsters. I forgot Blizzard Ball pumped the +1/+0. Block the one here, knowing that Shovel's just gonna bite it. Yeah, no, we still got this, but yep. Yeah, no, it's all good. Exactly. Thank you, Ingolf. But yeah, no, thank you for pointing that out, because if I don't notice when I make those kind of mistakes, I'm not gonna improve. And I appreciate, you know, I'm always looking to get better. So I do appreciate that. 3-0. We're rocking 100% win rate with this thing. Yeah, this deck is pretty mean. And the games are quick, so this might be a really good ladder deck. Magnus Duran, let's go. And they're rocking the Teferi Avatar, which means we're probably going to be going up against a control deck here, but we shall see. Fynn and the Hooded Blightfang in the opening hand. This is actually a pretty slow hand for us, which isn't great, but the power is here. So let's see what we can do. You got it, Dr. Frankenstein. You have created a monster. It's true. Yeah, I think tomorrow this is going to be the deck for the stream. I think we're going to go a full stream with this deck and see what we can do. Bo's Head, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that very, very much. More than 5 mana, maybe 6 drops a little much. I know it's super powerful, but still, that's fair. No, that's a good call. All right, opponent threw down the swamp with really nice artwork. Yeah, that's a pretty call time swamp, not gonna lie. Mire Triton, is this a mirror match? Let's see what they mill. No, it is a control deck, but it looks like a mono black control. So Grim Dancer is definitely gonna get Menace and Death Touch here, since we have Fynn. Well, just kidding. We had Fynn. We're still gonna give it Death Touch though, because we have the Hooded Blightfang. All right. I like Grim Dancer. I think it's just a good card. And they can't remove anything because they're all creatures and lands. So that's nice. They're gonna get rid of our graveyard, which is more annoyance than anything at this point. Because, well, farewell one of my Hooded Blightfangs. It's been a pleasure. We were gonna double up with that and do good things, but alas, it is not to be. Yep, and they realize they can't block with the Mire Triton anyway, so they might as well swing with it. Another Hooded Blightfang, okay. We're gonna drain a little bit, punch a bunch. Let's go. And Ingolf, we haven't, you know, this is the first game where we're gonna have more than 5 mana online. So I understand what you're saying, that Vorinclex might be a little too expensive for this deck. But we do only have 2. So I think that's, I feel like that's the right number. Farewell Grim Dancer. But no, I see what you're saying. Absolutely. Going after Lily. And we have Heroic Intervention back, because I want to keep my Blightfangs around. Yeah, it's a late game smack, exactly. Well, and if we were to draw it here, that, I mean, well, it would just be nice. It wouldn't really do much for us because we don't have Fynn online. But yeah, I think it's actually going to be better. Like, If we were to build out a sideboard for this, oh, they've got red too. They've probably been getting stuck on their colors. I was assuming it was a mono black deck. Is that Rakdos mid-range list? It's like poison. You know it, Flynn. How's it going? How the heck are you, my friend? You know, I decided to go with a half-zip sweater today just because, you know, nothing wrong with being a little cozy. All right, so if we draw into, let's say, a Primal Might or a Blizzard Brawl here, I'm going to be very happy. Going to be very happy. Yeah, I've been rocking sweaters a lot more recently. Feral Pathway. Heroic Intervention, that'll work. Do we just go face or do we go after the Planeswalker? You know what? Let's go after the Planeswalker. They basically have to block here, but I'm pretty sure they were going to anyway. Let's do this one more time. Haha. It's casual 33 degrees here. Oof, Flynn, that's 33 degrees Celsius, right? Because that sounds pretty toasty. Whereas here it's a casual like 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which is very cold. Shovel, the bane of monsters. Ching, 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 ching. Blade Fang doing its work. So if they have an extinction event, I'm going to be very sad. Extinction event or gonna flash the GGs because they're flashing the GGs. Got him. Yeah, Hooded Blade Fang's fantastic. You know, Fynn is great. I like Fynn, but sometimes you just don't need him. It's powerhouse in this deck. Yeah, Zeronto, 100%. Like, we have 3 in here. I think we may want a 4th. You know, Heroic Intervention has been clutch a number of times already. And we're just getting started. We're 4-0 with this thing, baby. Like, right, great. How crazy is that? Your deck does have 2 different win cons. That's true. Oh, it's 64 degrees Fahrenheit there. Nice, Grape. Love it. Yeah, they both work. Absolutely. Ooh, ooh. This is a pretty hand. Let's keep it. This is a snap keep if I ever saw one. Vorinclex is a little slow. That's fair. We haven't even drawn him yet. Yes, Fynn gone. Exactly. Great card. Don't love that, but what you gonna do other than cry about it? All right, let's go ahead and throw Shovel down. Let's be honest, I wasn't gonna block with this guy anyway, so we might as well punch a bunch. Yeah, Flynn and Fynn, we're gonna make the Fynn deck if I recall correctly. Block one of them with Shovel. Let's force them to, if they have the Rimrock Knight, let's force them to use it. Oh, Shock, that works too. Time to dishevel our opponents. I see what you did there, Flynn. Very nice. I'm thinking we actually throw the Grim Dancer and we pick Death Touch and Lifelink. That way, we're gaining life when we block with it, plus it can add to our poison counters later. A new phone soon, so be able to play MTGA up and running. Oh, nice! That rules, Flynn. Very nice. Yeah, I'm rocking an iPhone at the moment, so unfortunately I am out of the loop on that one. Also, just throwing it out there, I really like keyword counters. I hope they're not, I hope Wizards isn't done with those. They might have another shock, but if they have another shock or a Rimrock Knight, I'm going to force them to use it. By Pixel 4a, so we'll see. Very cool. There's another shock, sure enough. Death touch, let's go. And the poison begins. Mwahaha. There's some of the keyword counters in call time too. Oh, Fynn, slick. I didn't realize that. That's awesome. Oh man. Lame. Ow, my face. So let's go ahead and QQ. Get that guy gone. Swing for 6. Tyrite Sanctum. Got to put an indestructible counter. Oh, very cool. That's right. Thank you. Yeah, I had forgotten about that, Fynn. Phoenix of Ash. It's a good card. Fynn the Fangbearer. Exactly what we needed. And it's Fangbearer, not Fangbear. I don't know why I just said Fangbear. Ascent of the Worthy. Choose a creature you control. Take all damage. Okay, very cool. Oh, with the flying counter. Sure enough. Cool. Look. Okay. I hadn't really noticed that those were, or I hadn't put 2 and 2 together on those. Oh. And I'm gonna force the block here. Yeah, no, Fynn, I hope the keywords counters are here to stay too. If only we had one more land, Vorinclex would have been a clutch beat stick here. Fynn got the Flynn Bearer. I like it. So if we top deck a land, and all of our lands in this deck come into play untapped, for reasons such as this, yeah, they're gonna pull the Phoenix of Ash out so they can block. And it's gonna come into play as a 3/3. Mildly problematic. We can top deck a Blizzard Brawl here. We can top deck a Heroic Intervention. We could top deck a land so that we can put Vorinclex down. Land works. No sense swinging with Fynn, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna flash the GGs because our opponent flashed the GGs. Actually, I should have swung with Flynn. Not swinging with Flynn was a mistake. Because I would have forced the block. So they would have got rid of their Phoenix of Ash. Yep. Thank you, Fynn, for keeping me honest. So they can escape their Phoenix of Ash. I don't know. I don't think they have the win here. I'm pretty sure we still got it. Ow, that hurt. Yeah, we still got him. Even with the punt, we still got there. How's it going, Dante? Rank up. See, okay, so we're finally up to Platinum 3. This deck is a solid ladder deck. We're 5-0 and we've only been playing it for like 20 minutes. Like, how crazy is that? Yeah, I'm liking this poison deck. I'm liking this poison deck a lot, as a matter of fact. Glad to hear it, Dante. Glad to hear it. Thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate it. So great challenges to build a poison deck, and holy cow, it's working. If we had a green mana source, I would keep this. As it stands, I think we need to ship it. This is much better. Cool, I can work with this. Let's let Foulmire Knight go. Uh-oh, is this a mirror match? I think this might be a mirror match. Yeah, Vorinclex came in clutch there. You're not wrong, Grape. Yeah, it was it was the nail in the coffin that let us finish that out. Yep, it's a mirror match. It's a mirror match, and they're getting their engine online before we are. Trying to do some research. Okay, what exactly is it that you're researching, if you don't mind my asking? So Fabled Passage on 3. That means that's the last land in their hand. You don't need to. If you don't want to talk about it, you don't need to, man. It's all good. Please do not feel any pressure. Oh, some counseling? Okay. Rock on, man. Let's go Death Touch and Menace. For low cost or free. Very cool. Rock on, man. Low cost or free. Okay. The QB. Swinging into my face. Doesn't feel good, but what you gonna do? Grim Dancer beating the Questing Beast feels good. Not gonna lie. Yeah, best of luck with that, man. Ooh, Ranger's Guile. Very nice, very nice. Oh, and we're dead. I should have kept a blocker back. Oh, well. Doesn't much matter. They got us. Given the current state of the world, you should probably be looking online just to be safe. Yeah, they got us, because that's going to put four poison counters on us. Dang it. 5-1. That's okay, though. We're still 5-1. I'm not mad at this. This is still a great deck. And I should have kept blockers back. I was playing too aggressively. But yeah, Dante, actually, when it comes to counseling, you know, I've got some thoughts on the matter. I think it's great to seek help, and yeah, I think everybody should talk to somebody. I know I actually have a counselor that I'm seeing online right now, once a week, and it's fantastic. I would highly recommend it. Yeah, I think if you're a human and you have feelings, you should probably be talking to somebody about them, just because I know for me it's very helpful. So I respect that, man. I hope you find what you're looking for. Yeah. %84 win rate, you know? That ain't bad. That ain't bad. And next turn we're going to be able to get the Hooded Blightfang online and really start, yeah. Mentor request that I do, so. Okay. No, no worries, man. No, thank you for sharing. Thank you for being open. Do not need to discuss anymore. Say no more, my friend. It is all good. Omen of the Sea. That's an Omen of the Sea. So we're going up against a slow control deck, and we are going hard and fast aggro. Shovel. Very nice to see you. Man, Hooded Blightfang is so good. That card is so good. I love it. And I'm thinking Heroic Intervention is the play here because they are going to be able to block a couple of these. And I don't want them to die yet. Yeah. Good call, Dante. Oh no, not my Hooded Blightfang. We're gonna draw another Hooded Blightfang. That'd be pretty rad. Amaze my Tome. Okay. There's gonna be a Doom Foretold coming before long, I think. The Vengeful Reaper. It's a pretty good card. Alright, so if our opponent has a Shatter the Sky or a Doom Scar, I'm going to be very sad. Did I see the secret layer? The Valentine's Day secret layer? Yes, I did. Yeah, it looks interesting. No, there's some good stuff in there. It looks like a pretty cool collection. With the Kaldheim art lands. Oh yeah, the heavy metal lands. That's pretty slick. Yeah, I get a kick out of those. Not gonna lie. Ooh, just gaining 5 life. Okay. That's a very expensive way to gain 5 life. Is that game? Not quite. And let's overcommit. Sounds good to me. Norse traditional art style, like the Gods alternates. Oh, that's the one? No, I thought the lands were done with like all black art with a heavy metal theme. I could be wrong though. They're digging. That's what I like to see. Oh, but that is a Norse style. Okay. Themed like they called Elves. Okay. No, I think the art on all the, because there were a couple of different secret layers that they announced all at once. I gotta say, they're all pretty darn slick. Luca, I'm guessing one of those tokens is going to transmogrify into something else, possibly Coma the World Serpent. That's my guess. I could be wrong, as I oft am, but I don't think I am in this case. Ooh. Yep. Good game, opponent. Good game. And we got the heroic intervention, so we didn't even need to lose anybody. Yeah, I didn't even realize you could +1, Luca. 6-1. This deck is pretty tasty, and fortunately the matches are pretty quick because I need to log off in about 3 minutes. But at the same time, I think we can get one more in. Yeah, Dante, you can post a link to the secret layer if you want. That's fine. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. No, Dante, I'm going into the office today. We got Vorinclex, we got Fynn, we got the Hooded Blightfang, we got all of our win cons, and we have 3 mana. So let's see what we can do with this. Yeah, 86%. That ain't bad. That is not bad. Hey, Skeleton Archer, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. And Fun Son, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it very, very much. Ruin Crab. About to ruin my day. All right, so we're going up against potentially Mill Rogues. It's either Mill Rogues or Mono Blue all-in Mill. I'm guessing Mill Rogues. And it looks like they kept that hand because it has, yep. The Call Time Showcase was pretty dope too, no question. Absolutely. Kind of weird they made this cool art for Uro and then saying, oh, he's banned. Yeah. Yeah, he's banned in everything. Well, he's not banned yet, but he's going to be banned. Yeah, it's Dimir Rogues again. That is true, Power Board. That is interesting how they... Well, and I appreciate that they just came out and said it. They're like, yes, here's an alternate art Uro, By the way, yeah, don't get too attached. Fynn, let's go. Are you gonna drown this in the lock by chance, opponent? Oh look, it's Demir Rogue. Oh. Yep, Demir Rogues yet again. Still here. Still present. And my opponent has a choice. They can either take 2 poison counters, or they can Heartless Act my shovel. That's fair. Soaring Thought Thief, that's a card. It does in fact count as a card. And Of One Mind is actually pretty good in this list because of things like Ruin Crab and Soaring Thought Thief. Shovel, the bane of monsters. Dante, sure, I can, yeah, I can do that. He's on the table for a legacy ban. You know it's bad when they ban you in legacy. Oh my goodness, absolutely, Power of War. My people voting for you with the magnificent beard. Oh, Skeleton Archer, it's just because I know I heard from some people, including my family, that it's not like that they kind of preferred me without it. So I thought it'd be a fun way to engage the community and, you know, get that going. You know, if I'm gonna have to lose the beard at some point, I figured that would be a fun way to do it. Dante, yes, it is online. Thank you for donating to the Shave the Beard challenge. It is online currently. It wasn't online when I started, but because of the pandemic, it went online. Vengeful Reaper, let's go. Yeah, no, I do consent. Yeah, I wouldn't have put it up there if I wasn't willing to do it. Oh no, it's fine. To be honest, actually, I think they do offer a sliding scale. Yeah. So Dante, I can connect you with that. But yeah, Dante, it's actually I'll give him a shout out. It's the group that I go to is Great Lakes Counseling. Yeah, it's Great Lakes Counseling Group. Skeleton Archer contributing a massive amount to the Shave the Beard challenge. We're already at 50% complete. Holy cow! You guys are making this. You know what? Yeah, the beard is going to be going here pretty soon. It seems like. Yeah, Dante, it's a little over 100 a session, if I'm not mistaken, so I don't know that it's quite what you're looking for. No, I'm fortunate that my insurance helps out with it. Zerth-san, no! Ow, my face! BetterHelp is 60 to 90. Actually, I'm familiar with BetterHelp. I haven't used them, but I have talked with some folks over there. Anyone would enjoy the bog-rat super glue to your face. Thanks, Grape. Yep. That is kind of what you know. That is kind of what I got going on. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny you mention that. I was actually hanging out with and we milled the Vorinclex, not a yeah. If top deck Reaper, you win. It's true. Ugmungo, I know, right? More rogues. If we top deck Reaper, we win. Grim Dancer. Subiru would end the game already. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and go Menace and Death Touch. Let's just Reaper. Oh, you just, oh, Agmungo, you really just leave the second you see crabs? I gotcha. There's a trick, you get rid of this one, but next one will grow soon. I mean, no, Skeleton Nurture, I'm gonna go without for a while. I'm gonna go back to being clean shaven. You know, I can appreciate that. I can definitely appreciate that. Targeting my Fynn, you're not wrong, opponent. And because, well, they have the Soaring Thought Thief in hand. Yeah, Mungo, it's all channel points. Yeah, no need to, you don't need to spend any money on it. No worries. No worries at all. Thank you for the contribution. Appreciate that. Every little bit helps. We're already to 26K, and so I set this up so that it would run for a month, and it's only been, what, 3 days, and we're already halfway there. This is nuts. Oh, thank you, Mungo. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, Mungo. That means the world. I really appreciate it. All right, there's the Soaring Thought Thief. We knew it was coming. I'm hoping we top deck into, say, a Blizzard Brawl. Blizzard Brawl or a Primal Might. That would win us the game. Another Fynn. That's fine. I'm not mad at it. Let's kill some stuff, shall we? Let's shall. Make the ageless combo into your sub gift. I don't know, Dante. Maybe. Doing really well for only 4 mana. Oh, nice. Nice, Mungo. Love it. So we do have Vorinclex in hand. It's not doing much for us right at the moment, which is a mild bummer, but not the end of the world. Oh, doing well for 4. He meant me. Got it. And Grape, thank you for contributing to the Shave the Beard challenge. I appreciate it. Ooh, they're gonna give me the rune crab with the bounty counter on it. Nice. I'll take it. Yeah. Yep, Ingo, if I know, right? We're going up against rogues yet again. And we're down to 7 cards in the library. I don't know if letting the Ruin Crabs go was the right answer from our opponent there, but I'm not mad. Because this Vengeful Reaper is going to take us to a poisonous victory. Even if they do get rid of Fynn, we have another one in hand, so I'm not worried about that. Probably should have attacked with everything. Yeah, certainly could have. Rock on, Dante. All right, so unfortunately this is going to be our last game, but I think we're going to win it, so I'm not mad. Oh my goodness, we're already at 30,000. I should have set that goal a lot higher. So they may have a Drown in the Lock for our Fynn, which would feel bad. But we're still going to attack with everything, and the Hooded Blightfang is going to do some work regardless. Let's see, if they had it, they would have already just windmill slammed it onto the field. So, like, oh no, they do have it. Interesting. All right, opponent. Fair play. I'm still coming at you with everything. I'm bummed that Fynn got countered. That is a real bummer. Not the end of the world, but definitely a bummer. They're going after the Reaper. They're not wrong for doing so. Flying Flash, right? I'm glad they're blocking with Zerasan. And Shovel should probably block Shovel. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know to play others. Can I play random or join EDH games, or do I gotta invite other people? You can create a game. And we got another Fynn. So if they don't have another Drown in the Lock here, or a targeted removal like Heartless Act, we win. So you need to set up a game. Yeah, Dante. Or Takabana, yeah. If you want to, you can ask in the Discord, and people can help you get set up. The biggest thing is the best thing to do would be to invite somebody else. Find somebody who. In the story, it's a good card. If they draw into another Thieves Guild Enforcer or another Rogue that can come into play, actually no, it would have to be a Thieves Guild Enforcer. I think we may have gotten there. If they drew a Thieves Guild Enforcer, they'll be able to mill this out. If they didn't, they won't. Because the Thieves Guild Enforcer would enter the battlefield, triggering this Thieves Guild Enforcer and the other. Of course, if they just have, we're down to one card in library. So if they have another Rogue, all they need is one more Rogue. So a Soaring Thought Thief would do the trick. Another Wind Robber. And this is just a bonus. We have no cards left in library, no cards left in hand, 50 cards in our graveyard. And we're going to be able to swing for the win here. Lofty Nile on that, that's fine. Because this still wins us the game. We barely won this, yeah. We barely won it, but we did win it. And they're going to block Fynn. The Final Mire Knight is going to get through, applying the last two poison counters. Booyah! Yes! Woo! That felt good. And that is how we are going to end the day with the 7-1 win against Mill Rogues. Yes! Alright, so this deck is fantastic. We are definitely going to be playing more of this deck tomorrow. So I'm going to do a full stream with this deck tomorrow. Yeah, it's definitely a winner. I love it. All right, so the time has come to throw a raid out to the greater Twitch universe. Let's see who we can throw, who's out there that we can give some love to. See, our buddy Eon Murs is online. Oh, you know what? I haven't raided Guillotine in a while. Let's give him some love. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. All right. Yeah, great. That was a great idea. It's a great idea, and it turned out to be a pretty good deck. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll catch you then. Mungo, I enjoyed your stay too. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. Later.
Hamhawks rating